TIFU by not getting my wife a Christmas present. My son was in the hospital for 3 months. In a city several hours away. My wife and I took turns staying with him. He nearly died multiple times. It was the hardest, scariest time of my life. I had pre-ordered my wife a Christmas present that was supposed to be done and shipped by mid-December. It was not. We came home early December. My son is okay but needs a lot of therapy and PT amongst other things. We are broke. Multiple major appliances broke down and had to be replaced when we were dealing with this crisis. We were able to stay in the hospital, but the travel and food costs were a lot. I was emotionally exhausted and paralyzed. Really, I still am. But so is she. I kept telling myself the gift would ship. Her mother sent some packages. I flat out lied to myself and made excuses to not have to make this difficult choice. Christmas morning comes and there is literally nothing for my wife to open. Even her mother sent combined presents which my daughter promptly opened. And in the meantime my wife got something thoughtful for everyone. She says it is okay and seems in a good mood. She says the best Christmas gift is to have our son home. Of course she's right about that. But I still feel like a flaming asshole. TL. Dear, I made a lot of excuses not to have to make a difficult search for a gift for my wife. Because we'd just been through a traumatic experience and it was too hard. But she managed to do a really good job buying gifts for everyone regardless, and I'm a jerk. Why don't you show her a picture of what you ordered? It's not your fault the gift didn't ship. And she will appreciate knowing that you have spent so much time thinking of her and what she would like. Hugs to you and your family during this hard time. My husband and I have been too broke for gifts some years. I second the massage idea. Or make a little book of coupons for the next year for her to use. With things like massage, doing an extra house chore normally on her list, IDK how y'all split housework, cooking a special dinner, etc. This is one of those times in your life when you can show yourself a little more love and forgiveness. There's plenty of opportunity to make it up to your wife. As a fellow dad, my heart goes out to both of you. Make her some cookies and her favorite dinner. Run her a bubble bath. Tell her to go take a nap. Throw in some laundry and some dishes. It's okay, buddy. I'm glad your son is home and is on the path to recovery. Be kind to yourself. It's been a lot. As a fellow father who has almost lost 2 kids, that truly is the best gift, to be able to bring them home. You may want to have a conversation with your wife. It would likely be good to let these and many other feelings out. My friend, the only foo I see here is you not taking more care of yourself and being honest about your feelings. You and your family have been through an incredibly traumatic experience, and I cannot fathom how tough it must have been for you. These kinds of situations can cause depressive episodes and make tasks paralyzingly difficult. It is okay to feel this way, so please don't make yourself feel worse by calling yourself names. My unsolicited advice? Sit down with your wife and talk about what's going on, how you're feeling. Share with her the heartache this has caused you, and that something like shopping for a gift was just too much for you. Tell her you never intended to hurt her, and how terrible you feel because you feel you've let her down. I suspect she will be more than understanding. Also, please be kind to yourself. Maybe take an extra long shower. Go for a walk. Or something like that. It's so hard. But you've survived this long. You'll make it through this as well. Best wishes on your healing journey ahead. You're not a jerk. You just had a horrible time, and I'm sure your wife understands it. Don't beat yourself over it. All the best to all of you. I haven't had anything like you deal with. 2 days before Christmas, my other half told me her gift to me hadn't shipped and she may not have Anything for me. Honestly, I'm cool with that. Show your wife what will turn up eventually. And offer to pamper her. Run a bath for her and give her an hour to herself chill. Offer her a massage. It sounds like, despite your guilt, your wife is understanding. Beware turning this into something that it isn't. I would send her the info of what you tried to get her. Just to show that you didn't completely forget her. You did put in effort and thought of her. But the powers who be decided not to send whatever it was. Emo, the thought really does count for a lot. Put your arms around her and tell her how much you love her. Tell her about the gift you ordered. How upset you are that it's not here. Tell her you'll make it up to her with a night out once it arrives, or a massage, or whatever else you know she'll love. And then do that. No one is perfect, and sometimes life is just hard. Have some compassion for yourself. It will be okay. I have a question. Did the hospital offer any gas cards or accommodations for you guys? Usually they refer you to charities, especially when traveling so far and have an extended stay. You, actually a Cat 6, my fellow Redditor, you are still in survival mode, so cut yourself some slack. I understand how you are feeling. My youngest was in the PICU for 110 days and rehab for 6 weeks. Similar scenario as you thought. Ours came home disabled. Losing track of days and time as well as the energy for anything is normal. I was depressed towards the end of the stint. The physical and emotional roller coaster that you are constantly on when you have sick child can break you or leave you with very little will to push through. Celebrate that you are all having me together for the holiday. Take it easy on yourself. And make it up to your wife when you can. My heart goes out to you, as there isn't a whole lot of emotional support for the parents. You are bombarded with a ton of medical terminology you have never heard. Have to make agonizing decisions sometimes. And watch your child suffer until they can get better. It can be traumatic. Our oldest has had PTSD from it. It can be hard as your spouse, who you hope to be there during tough times, is going through the same thing and in need of support themselves. Please take care of yourself. And reach out for support at home with family or friends or online. Hey op, you can definitely afford to be much kinder to yourself here. You might also want to share with your wife how much this has upset you. Don't suffer quietly. You have been dealt a heavy blow. And a bunch of other setbacks. Don't beat yourself up. You're doing your very best, and that's what really counts. My favorite tangible gift this year was a handwritten letter from my husband. The letter acknowledged the difficult year we've had, his love for me, and talked about the future he's excited to build together. Maybe write her a letter until the other gift arrives? I would sit with your wife and tell her how you really feel about it. That you're mad at yourself. And I'm sure she'll help you. Hopefully there's never a next time. But it might have been helpful for you to have asked your mill to pick something out for your wife. That you could say was from you. I'm sure she would have done it. And you just pay her back. It is true that moms are usually forgotten on Christmas. You can only do better next time. It does nothing to feel awful about it. I wish you and your family a happy Christmas nevertheless, and a great next year. I hope your kid gets better real soon. This is one of those times where honesty is actually the best thing. Pull her aside and tell her you're really sorry you didn't have anything for her to open. Tell her I did order you something that should have been here weeks ago. Let her know you can show her the picture or receipt or whatever if she would like to know what it is. Tell her the choice is hers. She can see now or wait until it arrives and you will wrap it and surprise her. You don't need to go into details about the finances and why you didn't buy her a second gift. I assume she knows where you stand. I have a feeling she will understand, not hold it against you. Hell, if you want her to open something, print a picture and wrap it. Tell her the gift failed to arrive on time and that you hate that you didn't have something for her to open. Procrastination equals anxiety. Give yourself and your wife a big hug and explain exactly what happened and why. If you haven't already, tell her this. Thank her. Acknowledge that you feel like you let her down and let her know it's okay if she feels let down. When you have the time, just write her a sweet little IOU note and make it up to her. All the best to you. I am sure she understands. Keep telling her how much she means to you and you will be fine. Merry Christmas.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.